How's that? Okay.
Good. Love you. Good night.
Love you too. Okay, this title of this video is going to be When Things Go Awry. So I'm going to tell you about my day. We got up early, Maya and I, and we got our showers and everything, and took off to have Maryam and Hunter Shumate were having a meetup in downtown Atlanta at the Atlantic Center. And we started on our way. We were doing all right. We got caught in a little bit of traffic. We got held up for about 30-40 minutes in the traffic jam, and then we got there in time to see them. And we had a good visit with them, and very pleasant. I love Maryam. Maryam and Hunter both. They're awesome. They're real down-to-earth people. So we had it, like I said, we had a nice visit, and then we parted, and well, they had other people. It wasn't just me, coming to see them. And I got to meet the Browns, the Brown family. They were very sweet people. So here we go to continue on. We had considered Maya and I had considered going to the zoo afterwards, but then when we realized what time it was, we were like, no, we're not going to go to the zoo because we're going to pay out all that money, and then we're not going to be able to see very much. So we just decided to make the zoo another day. So since we were in Atlanta, and I live in a little tiny town where there's barely any kind of shopping, I wanted to go to the World Market and pick up some things. So we went to the World Market, and we picked up quite a few things. My receipt was probably about 5 feet long, and I'm not exaggerating. So after that, I don't like driving on the freeway, so we drove down Peachtree Street. I had to stop at the red lights. I didn't really mind it because I got to see a lot of nice sights, we were having a good time. So after we got out of there, we came back, and I wanted to go to Underground Atlanta since we were right near it, because I had never been. Everybody kept telling me how awesome it is. I had never been, so we went to Underground Atlanta, and Maya got to go to the arcade a little bit. And I went to, what did I get? Oh yeah, we didn't do very much shopping because it was late, and they actually shut it down while we were in there. So they closed at 9 o'clock. And we left, and we get in the car and everything, and come back. And, oh yeah, hold up. I got to go back. Let me go in reverse here. So we go down there to Underground Atlanta, and I was trying to find parking. So I pull into a paid parking lot, and when we're trying to get our things together to get out of the car, because I had my little puppy with me, and I didn't want to leave her in the car, so I put her in a little doggy carrying pouch, and we were getting ready to get out of the car, and some man walks up and starts telling me, oh, you don't want to park here because if you can park on the street and it's free. I'm like, oh, really? So then he walks around to my passenger door. He opens the door and gets in my car. Well, here he said, I'm going to show you where you can park. Long story short, he ended up walking off with like $5 of mine because he made me feel bad because he said he's homeless and he's a veteran and all la-di-da-di-da, so I'm a sucker. Okay, so we got done shopping, and we got in the car to come home. Uneventful. So I had to pick up some water at the Walmart. So I got off in Opelika and went to the Walmart and got my water and a few other things. And rather than get back on the freeway, we drove through town, which means we have to drive through the campus of Auburn. Oh, I'm going to have to post some, I got a little short video clip. They won the game tonight. And yeah, they were celebrating big time. They had some, I don't know which of them did it, but somebody had TP'd all along College Street, right there by the tree. You know, they had that story about the tree where one of the Auburn, or one of the Alabama fans had poisoned this like 200 or 300-year-old oak tree. So they got, at any rate, they got that dug up and they planted a new one. Well, in that same area, that's where they were doing the TP. So told my daughter, I said, I want to get some video of this. This is pretty funny. So I started videoing and I came back around and was headed back out. And I see these Asian guys. There's 3 Asian guys. And they're standing on the sidewalk and they have this Asian girl. They're trying to get her blouse open. They're groping her chest. And so I pulled up and I rolled my window down and I said, hey, what are y'all doing to her? It's okay, it's okay. I said, no, it's not okay. I said, what are you doing with her? So then they're like, well, we're taking her back to, I can't remember, something hall, Brighton Hall, I think it was. And I said to him, well, I'll tell you what, why don't you let me take her back? And they started to walk over the car with her, and I'm trying to talk to her. I mean, she was out of it. I think they must have drugged her drink, because I've seen a lot of drunk folks, and I've never seen one that acted like she did. I mean, they were holding her up basically, and they were pawing at her. And then they're like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. No, it is not okay. So I turned the corner and I saw this young couple walking, and I pulled up beside of them and I said, hey, do you know where there is a campus cop? And I told him what was going on, and well, the guy, he wanted to go over there and confront him right then, and his girlfriend's like, no. And I said, yeah, it probably wouldn't be a good idea, dude, because there's 3 of them. And I don't know if, I mean, obviously they had to be somewhat under the influence, because they're standing on a public sidewalk groping this girl. So they told me, hey, go back down College Street and you'll find a cop. So that's what I did. And I found one. And I'm just hoping that he got down there before those guys got too far with that girl, because that was a scary thing. That upset me so bad. I just don't even think I'm going to be able to go to get any sleep tonight, because I have 5 daughters. And the thought of if somebody would be doing that to one of my daughters, yeah, you'd be finding me in prison, because I would have to shoot their ass. That's all I got to say about that. So now, oh yeah, let me tell you a little bit about the trip to World Market. Yeah, I kind of went overboard with that 5 foot long receipt. We bought we got some different kinds of like wafers, and we got candy from all different countries, and we got some chips. We got some seaweed in the Asian section, and I'm like, my daughter, she said, that looks just nasty, Mom, I can't eat that. So we're going to have some in our upcoming videos, we are going to be doing some taste testing, and we'll let you know, well, you'll watch us do the taste test. I've got to divide all this stuff up. We've got drinks too. I bought some drinks and everything, but well, I'm going to get in there and try to get ready for bed and see if I can settle down enough to go to sleep, because that whole thing about that little Asian girl and them guys groping her, that really, really upset me. And man, now after I found that cop, and it took me, it'd take me a long time to find it, but it took me a few minutes. That's valuable time. And when I stopped to think about it, I told my daughter, I said, we shouldn't have even went. I should have just got my phone out, dialed 911, and sat there until the cops came and got him. I mean, I just hope and pray that that cop found them before they got too far with that girl. I mean, they had been under the influence, and she was definitely under the influence. She's just a tiny little thing. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna pray for her. And Maryam, if you're watching this, I hope you're praying as you're watching this that nothing happened, nothing serious bad happened to that girl. So, anyway, y'all don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Oh, y'all come back now. Yeah.